This is a message to my son. If you're watching this, it might help you too. Like at the age of 10, I started teaching my son how to invest. Because the most important thing is for you to make sure that your future is right. Because you don't have to be a brilliant investor. You don't have to be Warren Buffett. You don't have to be any of those things to know that if you prepare for the future when you're younger, you'll be set for life. You don't have think about this. Think about this. Stay with me now. Think about this. Every professional athlete had a basketball or football or baseball when they was younger. That doesn't mean that their parents were superstars. That didn't mean that they didn't mean that their parents was professional athletes. And every brilliant man had a book in his hand when he was 5 or 6 years old. That doesn't mean that their parents were brilliant. That doesn't mean that their parents were rocket scientists. But somebody put the thought and the notion that this was possible if I put it in your hand. So if you just prepare your kids to be ready for something that you don't understand. Now, if you don't understand stock market, the how the market moves or how investing works, that's okay. You don't need to understand everything. You need to know the basics. You know the fundamentals. You understand how the market fluctuate. It goes up and down. You understand S&P 500. You understand dividends, and you teach this stuff to your son, or as long as you learning it. Because I started teaching my son at 10, and I wasn't the most brilliant person on the planet. I knew enough as time grew by. As time went by, I learned more. So I took the knowledge that I did learn from books and other social media outlets and the internet. I learned and I gave it to him because I started investing when I was around about 22, 23 years old. So I felt like if I would have had a head start and learned everything that I learned at 22 and 23 as soon as I got out of school for my first job, I would have had a better future because I understood how the stock market worked. So I wanted to give my son the valuable principles of being an investor and understanding how the market actually works. So being that, I started off, I was buying Walmart Shell gas, and I bought Walmart Shell gas, and there's another company that I was buying. I think it was Target. Might have been Target. I know I had sold my Walmart and Shell gas, and the reason I sold that at the time was it got up to a point where I was investing it. I was putting in the market, but you couldn't we couldn't use Robinhood and Webull and whatnot. About 15 years ago, we actually had to use E Trade, and so I was buying stock, but I had to pay per trade. So I stopped, and I got to a point where I got my money up. I just left it alone, and it got time for me to move into another apartment. And as soon as I moved into the apartment, I wanted new furniture. I sold all the stock. That was my first bad move. Because now, if you look at Walmart now and see where it is, man, I messed up. I messed up big time. I should have just kept it. But if you teach your kids the value of a dollar early, and let them understand how dividends work and how you can get compound interest, and you can be able to make money on your interest if you leave it alone and set it aside. If you show them early, man, their future will be bright. My son is already trading daily on the stock market. He already understands how to set up his charts. He's looking and seeing evaluations. He's trying to learn the next move and see what companies he want to actually purchase. And he's doing that right now. At this time, he's 18. I don't know when it's gonna be when you see this video, son. But right now, you 18 years old, and I'm proud of you because you're doing something that most people don't even understand. But I'm glad I put that nugget in your head because now you're thinking, using the brain for the future. So you have to teach your kids that there's other ways to make money And this is how you do it. But you teach them early. You give them small micro bits of information as they get older, and they'll be able to put it together in a big old ball when they get to the point where their brain is fully developed and they had enough information throughout their life. They gonna grow. Each time they learn something new, they just gathering information. But you started that circle. You started that snowball effect of them gaining information. But you started it. As a parent, this is what you want to do. You want your kids to be 10 times better than you at all costs. So I just tell you, hey, if you seeing this video and it gives you any inkling of knowledge and makes you think twice about what you're doing with your child right now, yo, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm a father first. I'm a father first, man, but I'm a man second. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, and we're gonna stick together. Stick with me now.